International celebrity and active VRS supporter Amazin Lethi visited the Hanam province recently to meet the children at the Binh Luc Orphanage, a project that has received funding through the Amazin Lethi Foundation. After making the 3-hour journey, Amazin was greeted by the children and later in the day attended lunch with Quang, the VRS Director, and other VRS staff. Amazin paid special attention to each of the anxious children and was interested in learning more about their education and dreams for the future. Upon hearing about one little girl's desire to become a doctor, Amazin agreed to pay her way through university and medical school upon her graduation from the local primary school and high school. Having grown up in an orphanage in Ho Chi Minh City, Amazin shares a special bond with each of the children and is a strong role model that takes an individual approach. While at the Binh Luc Orphanage, Amazin was approached by Hanam television for an interview. She discussed her support for VRS, her continued dedication to HIV and AIDS awareness, and her passion for Vietnam.
Okay, I know that you are now a pianist and you also be a painter and author and wrote some books. So can you share some information about your work, the books about some work like painting?
I initially started as a competitive bodybuilder as a teenager, and then from there I ended up working in the entertainment industry through radio, TV. I did numerous Hollywood movies. I wrote books. And really from that platform, I realized that the Vietnamese community don't really have many people in the public eye and really don't have many people that can raise their voice for them, particularly in the West where it's very important to be able to lobby support. And that's when I did a lot of activism, particularly in the Asian American community, because even though there are many Vietnamese Americans, there were still very few that had crossed over into the Western market, and I realized how important my position became. So for me it's been a very interesting career, but also very eclectic, from bodybuilding to fitness to TV to radio to film to now this is my charity work in Vietnam.
Thì chị còn tham gia diễn xuất đúng không ạ? Vậy thì cơ duyên nào đưa chị đến với nghiệp diễn và cùng một lúc tham gia nhiều cái hoạt động, nhiều lĩnh vực như vậy thì chị điều tiết cái thời gian của mình như thế nào để có thể làm tốt được mọi vai trò của mình?
Yes. She know that you be an actress, so how situation, how condition bring you to be an actress in Hollywood?
For me, I was very lucky because it became a very natural progression from becoming a bodybuilder. Made me quite unique, particularly as an Asian woman. You don't hear of young Asian women becoming bodybuilders. And then from there I ended up getting TV and radio work, but I always wanted to be an actress, and because of my physique and my look, it sort of paved the way for me to become an actress in Hollywood. It really just opened doors because I'm just a completely different person by what film directors expect, particularly of an Asian.
Nhằm nâng cao cái nhận thức của người dân, của công chúng về HIV/AIDS, vậy thì chị có thể chia sẻ đôi chút về cái dự án này của mình?
I know that you have a project to raise the knowledge of people about HIV issue in the world. So can you please share some information about your project of the HIV people?
For me, working in the entertainment industry really gave me my platform to raise a voice, and I always wanted to do something for the Vietnamese community in Vietnam and in the West, and I always felt it was really important to give back to Vietnamese people. And when I wanted to start a foundation, I felt that HIV was a very important topic because socially it's something that the Vietnamese people and as Asian people in general, because of our cultural beliefs and our tradition, we don't tend to chat about these issues, and I felt that with my voice, by starting the conversation with HIV, it was very important. And for me, HIV is the middle of a larger social issue because I feel that if you support someone with HIV, you bring them out of poverty. You then provide vocational training for the young adults who have HIV and the parents, and the children who have been displaced by HIV, then you're able to give them a start in life. So my aim of the HIV initiative in Vietnam is to be able to support individuals, groups, local organizations and the Vietnamese HIV community so they can have proper funding and support. I've already met community leaders in the HIV community, such as HIV positive activist Pham Thi Huay in Hai Phong, to see the good work that she's doing. For me, it's very important to understand the Vietnamese HIV community, poor people who have HIV, and for me to meet the activists in the Vietnamese community that work in HIV to see how my foundation can support them. For me, even though I don't live here anymore, Vietnam will always be my home, and the Vietnamese people will always be my people. So it's always been very important throughout my entire career to support the Vietnamese community, not just in HIV, but just in general. For me, I like to think I have a very kind heart, and I find it very hard to say no, particularly when a Vietnamese person comes to me and asks for support. I mean, I feel the Vietnamese community, we don't have that many role models within the community, and particularly in the West. And for me, with the platform that I created, because I too came from an orphanage in Saigon, and I feel that I hope that I can become a role model for the younger generation of Vietnamese, that I came from an orphanage, but you can be so much more than who you are and where you started in life.
Cảm ơn chị, phải nói rằng là tôi rất là xúc động với những chia sẻ của chị, và tôi cảm ơn chị vì những cái điều mà chị đã làm ở Việt Nam.
Yes, thank you for your support in Vietnam, and she's really emotional, really thankful for your interesting in people in Vietnam, especially HIV and poor family in Vietnam.
Thank you as well for interviewing me. Very pleasure.
Also, besides the HIV people in Vietnam, have many poor family, many poor people, such as the children don't have parents, the old people that don't have anyone to take care with, and some sickness people. So, in the future, are you going to have some project to help them now?
Yes, I think it's very important to help people who are elderly, people who are poor, particularly young women and girls who have been human trafficked as well. I feel that for me, I'm starting with HIV, but I realize there are so many more social issues in Vietnam that need support, and I hope to be able to support as many as possible. And this is my first time in Hanam, and I'm so touched by the people here that have pledged already their support for Hanam.